This woman I married, the love of my life, Catherine Ross, married Catherine Ross. Been going with Catherine since 1978.
Sam Elliott, La Voz, the beard that grows above the upper lip, La Leyenda. For many years he has represented Western toughness and calm strength. Fans watched him ride through dry fields and share strong opinions with his deep, calm voice. However, under the relaxed cowboy image, life hasn't always been simple. He has dealt with negative reactions from the public, false rumors about his death, and recently something even more personal, a confession, not to a co-star or a studio, but to his supporters. What he said in it brought many to tears. Come with us as we explore Sam Elliott's personal life, its different aspects, and discover the emotional message he shared. A hard start and a dream that stayed with me. Sam Elliott nació el 9 de agosto de 1944 in Sacramento, California. His mother Glenn Mamie used to be a state champion in diving. Later she became a teacher and a physical education instructor. His father Henry Nelson Elliott was a specialist in controlling predators. Both of Sam's parents were from El Paso, Texas, and one of his ancestors was a surgeon during the Battle of San Jacinto. When Sam was 13 years old, his family relocated to Portland, Oregon. He spent his teenage years there and graduated from David Douglas High School in 1962. After that he began college at the University of Oregon. He attempted to study English and psychology, but quit after only 2 terms. Sam returned to Portland and enrolled at Clark College in Vancouver, Washington. That's where changes started to happen. He acted as Big Jewel in a stage adaptation of Guys and Dolls. His acting was so impressive that the local newspaper suggested he should become a professional actor. After completing his 2-year program, he returned to the University of Oregon again. However, when his father died of a heart attack, Sam dropped out of college for good. That moment transformed his life. He was just 18 when he lost his father. It hurt a lot. Years later Sam said, "My dad died thinking I was a complete idiot for wanting to be an actor. It was tough, but it motivated him to move ahead. Eso me motivó, dijo Sam. My father was a decent, sensible man, but he grew up in a different era. Él no se rindió en su sueño." Even when his father warned him, "You've got a snowball's chance in hell of having a career in Hollywood," Sam kept on believing. Pero solo la creencia no era suficiente. Él todavía tenía que esforzarse mucho para sobrevivir. This meant starting with a shovel before picking up a script, creating dreams with hard work and determination. At first, life in Los Angeles was tough. Sam Elliott did not become famous quickly. He worked in construction to pay his bills. Interestingly, that job helped him get his big opportunity. One day, while assisting a family friend with a cement project, everything changed. That friend was an assistant director. He invited Sam to see him on a movie set, and that's how Sam experienced the film industry for the first time. "My big break, pouring cement," Sam once joked. Not long after Sam received his first film credit, it was in the classic movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid from 1969. Él interpretó a un jugador de cartas. No era un papel grande. In reality, it was hardly a role at all. Sam said, "I had one line. It was off camera. I was just a shadow on a wall." But for him that little part was everything. Finalmente estaba en el set. He even got to see Robert Redford in action. "Eso fue divertido," dijo con una sonrisa. From that point on, Sam began to get more opportunities. He was in shows like Judd for the Defense and Gunsmoke in the early 1970s. He was also in Lancer, where he played Renslow for a few episodes. Then I got a part in Mission Impossible. No era el protagonista, pero estaba en un programa importante. That was very important. Then the beer ads appeared. In 1972, he became the cowboy walker in commercials for Falstaff beer. The role was a great fit for him. His appearance, his voice, his entire vibe. The role seemed to be made for him. However, true fame was still a bit ahead, but when it finally came, it was worth the wait. Sam Elliott's big breakthrough happened in 1975. He played the role of Charles Wood in the TV movie, I Will Fight No More Forever. It was a strong story about Chief Joseph and the Nez Perce tribe. Sam had a main role demonstrating powerful acting skills and emotional range. It was no longer only about his cowboy look. People began to notice his true talent. In 1976, he portrayed Rick Carlson in Lifeguard. That movie became a surprising success. He was a lifeguard in Southern California, who began to reconsider his life. It was a very relatable story. Variety magazine was not a fan of the movie, saying it was unsatisfying. But they saw Sam, they said. Elliott, who has some physical appeal, mostly plays a character that reacts instead of taking action. Although they didn't completely praise him, the film helped Sam make progress. He was no longer just someone in the background. Sin embargo, no todos los papel fueron un éxito. In 1974, he was chosen to play Abel Knievel in a TV pilot that sounded exciting, especially since Oval Novel was very famous back then. The concept of the show was crazy. Sam's character would go against a female stunt rider in a motorcycle competition. El piloto no fue lejos. CBS did not make it a full series. Years later, someone informed Sam that the pilot was on YouTube. Su respuesta: I'm here to help. How can I assist you today? Listen, we've all faced tough times, and if we're lucky we make it through. That's the type of man Sam is. El no fin que cada papel fue perfecto.
Sí.
Olo pote. Olo pote. Olo pote. Olo pote. El sería de eso. He continues on. Despite the highs and lows, there was something about Sam that audiences always loved. That voice, that steady strength, the sense that he truly believed in every word he spoke. He had something important, and that was more significant than any single job or building a strong career. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, Sam Elliott started to attract more notice as a character actor. One of his first major roles was in the 1977 miniseries Aspen, where he portrayed Tom Keating. A few years later, in the movie Murder in Texas 1981, he starred with Farrah Fawcett and Catherine Ross, who would later become his wife. He also acted with Cheryl Ladd in A Death in California in 1985. In 1979, Elliott acted alongside Tom Selleck in The Sackets, a miniseries inspired by the books of Louis L'Amour. Fans liked their pairing so much that they were cast together again in The Shadow Riders in 1982, which was also based on a L'Amour story. These Western roles match Elliott's voice, appearance, and relaxed energy perfectly. He played an important role in Mask, 1985, acting with Cher. In Prancer, 1989, he revealed a gentler side as a strict but loving father figure. Audiences saw a different side of him. He appeared tough on the outside, but was warm inside. During this time, he also appeared as a guest on many TV shows like Felony Squad, Gunsmoke, Lancer, and Hawaii Five-0. También hizo varias películas para televisión. One of the major films was Buffalo Girls in 1995, where he portrayed Wild Bill Hickok.
In 1986, he starred as the main character in Gone to Texas, a movie about Sam Houston.
Elliott acted in Houston as both a courageous warrior and a clever political leader. The story covered Houston's time as governor, his involvement with the Cherokee Nation, and his part in Texas gaining independence from Mexico.
In 1989,
Elliott appeared in the action movie Roadhouse, alongside Patrick Swayze. He played Wade Garrett, a mentor and friend to Swayze's character. It was another tough character, but with a caring side.
In 1991,
Sam and his wife, Catherine Ross, acted together in Conager, which is based on a Louis L'Amour novel. It was a special project where they appeared together on screen, and fans enjoyed their connection. But things were just starting to get intense for Elliott. In the early 90s, he got two of his most famous movie roles and became a legend. In 1993, Sam Elliott acted as Brigadier General John Buford in the historical war movie, Gettysburg. That same year, he also played Virgil Earp in Tombstone, which is one of the most well-known westerns of that time. His calm and steady performance stood out, even alongside well-known actors like Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. Then The Big Lebowski was released in 1998. Elliott didn't appear much in this film, but he made a big impression.
Él
interpretó al stranger, un personaje estilo vaquero que narra la película. His strong voice and calm way of speaking made the role memorable. He continued to choose powerful roles. In 2002, He appeared in We Were Soldiers as Sergeant Major Basil Plumley, a brave and straightforward soldier. In 2003, he portrayed General Thaddeus Ross in Hulk, a major superhero movie. Although Elliott didn't always have the main role, his character stayed in people's minds. He brought wisdom, strength, and genuine emotion to every part he played. He had a presence that made you want to pay attention and remember.
Eso es lo que lo hacía especial.
What happened next would create new roles and attract a whole new group of fans. In 2005, Sam Elliott acted as a retired cowboy model in Thank You for Smoking. The surprise? His character now had lung cancer after years of advertising cigarettes. It was an important role with a message, one that only someone like Elliott could handle. In 2006, he provided the voice for Ben the Cow in the animated film Barnyard. It was a fun twist, but that signature voice made even a cartoon cow sound smart and powerful. In 2007, Elliott entered the world of comic book movies with Ghost Rider, where he played the role of Carter Slade. That same year, he also appeared in The Golden Compass as Lee Scoresby, a courageous explorer. That movie had a large cast, which included Nicole Kidman, Christopher Lee and Daniel Craig. He had a small but impressive role in Up in the Air as the head pilot of American Airlines. It was a brief part, but still memorable. Fans of the comedy show Parks and Recreation will recall his guest appearance as Ron Dunn, the calm, nature-loving version of Ron Swanson. Aunque solo apareció unas cuantas veces, Elliott dejó su hula. He continued to work consistently, doing voice work for Marmaduke in 2010, and playing a football coach in Draft Day in 2014. In 2015, he made a big comeback. Elliott worked alongside Lily Tomlin in Grandma, and was the main character in the romance I'll See You in My Dreams. También participó in Digging for Fire. That year, he won the Critics' Choice Television Award for Best Guest Performer in a drama series for his role in Justified. And that was only the start of a new wave of success, respect, recognition, and a voice that stood out. Sam Elliott started receiving even more appreciation from fans and critics. He joined the Netflix series The Ranch, acting with Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson. It brought him into the homes of younger audiences, and reminded everyone why he was so talented. He also acted in Grace and Frankie, and provided the voice for Butch in Pixar's The Good Dinosaur. However, it was The Hero, 2017, that really brought significant attention back to him. In The Hero, Elliott portrayed an older Western movie star, whose prime was in the past. The job was very nearby. Many fans and critics believed it showed everything they admired about him. Award Circuit said, Elliott is great in this role. The Hero brings together all the qualities you admire into one package. Later that year, he starred in The Man Who Killed Hitler, a movie as crazy as its name suggests. But Sam played with focus and power, just like he always does. Then came one of the most important films of his career. He played Bobby Maine, the older brother of the character played by Bradley Cooper. His performance was strong and full of feeling. Elliott received the National Board of Review Award for Best Supporting Actor for this role. He was also nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award, and in the end an Oscar. But when discussing his first Academy Award nomination, Sam said, I think the first thing that comes to mind is, it's about effing time. Los fans estuvieron de acuerdo. After so many years in the industry, he had earned that moment. In 2022, Elliott was in 1883, the show that comes before Yellowstone. He played Shay Brennan, a tough and complicated man who guided a group of travelers through difficult Western territories. The show was very successful. Sam won the Screen Actors Guild Award for Best Performance by a Male Actor in a miniseries for his role. Even after many years in Hollywood, Sam Elliott still wanted to make a difference. But behind the calm face and cowboy voice, was a man who had experienced a lot, including times that the public never really witnessed. The casting couch, the truth, and a clean conscience. In the 1980s, Sam Elliott spoke about something that few male actors discussed: his own experiences with the casting couch. In a 1980 interview with the Dayton Daily News, he said, I cannot believe the casting couch stories I could tell you. The cliches are all true. Elliott said that both men and women in the industry had contacted him, and he declined their offers each time. Probablemente me hecho daño, admitió. Pero yo soy el que tiene que vivir con esa culpa. I feel good about myself, even if my career isn't very impressive yet. These words revealed a lot about Sam Elliott's true character. He was someone who held on to his principles, even when it came at a price. Years later, when the #Me Too movement started, Elliott supported it completely. In an interview with Variety, he said it is the best thing that has happened to Hollywood in a long time. He acknowledged that in Hollywood, things usually went both ways. Some people did anything necessary to stay alive. What hurt him the most were the young innocent people who arrived in Hollywood with dreams, only to be crushed by the system. Sam Elliott's honesty and strength have always made him unique. In a loud and changing industry, he remained authentic throughout. In regard to that, while many actors have adjusted to the quick world of fame and technology, Sam has chosen a different route. His method of staying grounded is shown in a key decision he has made. Reasons why Sam Elliott avoids social media. Today, most celebrities are active on social media. They share news, selfies, and behind-the-scenes moments with their fans. Pero no Sam Elliott, él no usa Twitter, él no está en Instagram. Actually, he doesn't even use email. In an interview with AARP the magazine, Elliott said, "Everywhere you look, my voice gets recognized before anything else. Desde joven, supo que su voz era especial." He began as a tenor in church choirs, then switched to baritone, and eventually became a deep bass. "I realized then that my voice would be my tool. Now that calm and deep voice is what he's known for. When he wants to stay out of sight, he uses a trick. If I want to hide, I just stay quiet," he joked. However, that voice isn't the only topic people discuss. People also discuss his long-lasting relationship with his wife, which has remained strong for many years. A love story that began with a quiet look. In 1969, Sam Elliott had a small part in a film. He was just an extra in a bar scene. But something significant occurred on that set. He saw actress Catherine Ross for the first time. At that time, she was already a famous star, recognized for her part in The Graduate. "Sam no le habló. I didn't have the courage to talk to her then," he said. "Y ella era la actriz principal. I was just a fancy background actor." Nearly 10 years later, destiny brought them back together. This time, they acted together in the movie The Legacy, 1978. That's when they finally talked and learned about each other. Pero no fue simple. At that time, Ross was still married to her fourth husband. Their marriage ended in 1979, and 5 years later, in 1984, she married Sam Elliott. Their connection was strong from the start. Elliott nearly rejected his role in Mask, because he and Ross were on their honeymoon when he got the offer. Their marriage has lasted over the years, which is unusual in Hollywood. Elliott once revealed the secret to their lasting relationship. "We share a common understanding, but we also make an effort to be together. You work through the st. You don't just leave it behind. Así es como las relaciones duran." Sam y la historia de Catherine demuestra que el amor verdadero requiere esfuerzo. It's not only about the happy moments, it's also about supporting each other during tough times. Despite having a solid marriage, a lengthy career, and a well-known voice, Sam Elliott has always been authentic to himself. He never aimed to make money. Siempre se trató del trabajo, money, films, and acting for the right reasons. After over 50 years in Hollywood, Sam Elliott has earned a respected name. He has appeared in many films and TV shows. He's received awards and has had a good income. Celebrity Net Worth says, Elliott's worth is about $20 million, but that was not the main focus. In an interview with The Guardian, he stated clearly, "I've never done a job for money." For him, it's all about the story, the writing, and the feelings behind the role. "No se trata de trabajo por dinero, dijo. Se trata de lo que está en la página." Because of that way of thinking, he has been in some movies that not many people watched. Pero no se arrepiente. He feels proud of the decisions he took. Sam isn't very concerned about his legacy. He doesn't care what people will think of him later. What matters to him is his current feelings and the people he is working with. Lo que important es disfrutar el proceso, dijo. If you can't enjoy that, then you're doing it wrong. Then he added a line that captures how he views the highs and lows of life in acting. These words reveal the true nature of Sam Elliott, a man who believes in being honest,
working hard, and remaining humble. He does not go along with everyone else. He doesn't seek fame. He always remembered his roots, whether it's staying away from social media, enjoying mustache memes, or rejecting roles that don't seem right. He's always trusted his instincts, and that's what makes fans return, not just because of the cowboy hats, or the deep voice, but because of the man himself, Sam Elliott. The genuine article, Erotis and La Carreta. Sam Elliott is known for his distinctive face and voice in Hollywood. With his slow speech and famous mustache, he became the symbol of the tough, quiet cowboy. However, there were times when things were not easy. Sam once said he nearly messed up his career before it truly began. In 2017, while he was promoting his movie, The Hero, Elliott said to Business Insider that things were not always easy. He said, "I thought I ruined my career." The movie, The Hero, was significant for Sam. It was his first major leading role after many years of playing supporting characters. He played Lee Hayden, an older Western actor, dealing with the passage of time and the challenges of the industry. The story was very relatable. The director of the movie, Brett Haley, had previously collaborated with Elliott on I'll See You in My Dreams. They became friends while promoting the film, and later worked together again. Haley and his writing partner created The Hero, thinking about Sam. Elliott said that every actor hopes someone will write something just for them. He said, "I've had people write parts for me over the years, but I've never had anyone give me a script where I was included on every page, and it was written with me in mind." Even with his lengthy career, this moment was very important for Sam. It made him feel noticed in a different way. But just when everything looked good, a storm of controversy was about to come his way. When words hurt, it's time for a public apology. In 2022, Sam Elliott faced criticism after making harsh remarks about the Oscar-winning movie. While on the WTF podcast with Mark Maron, Elliott called the film a piece of shit and spoke out against how it showed cowboys. He also made comments that suggested he was uncomfortable with the movie's themes of sexuality and questioned director Jane Campion's background. People were serious about it. His remarks about the film, its actors, and Campion, who was from New Zealand, caused a lot of backlash. Campion later responded, labeling Elliott's views as misogynistic, xenophobic, and homophobic. She also said, "He's not a cowboy, he's an actor." Benedict Cumberbatch, who was in the movie, replied without mentioning Sam. He talked about the issue of thinking that everyone should have a normal or straight life, just because of their background or job. After everything, Sam Elliott confessed he made a mistake. At a Deadline event, he said he was sorry. "No fui muy elocuente al respecto, dijo. I said things that hurt others, and I feel really bad about it." He added, "The gay community has been amazing to me my whole career. Friends in all roles and jobs. I'm sorry for hurting any friends or anyone else with my words." He also directly apologized to the cast of Power of the Dog. He said they are all excellent actors, especially Benedict Cumberbatch. "I can only express my regret, and I truly am." Sam said that he had been trying to discuss the movie, but he didn't explain himself clearly. His apology, even if it came late, was genuine. Just when one controversy wasn't enough, something even more shocking went viral online. A rumor spread that he was dead, and this fake death became very popular. In August 2023, social media was filled with rumors that Sam Elliott had died. The news surprised fans all over. There were YouTube videos titled things like "Sam Elliott Tribute" and 10 minutes ago, Sam Elliott, his last goodbye on his deathbed. Thumbnails also displayed his birth year 1944, next to 2023, indicating that he had died. The videos quickly became popular. One person said, "Let's keep the legacy of Sam Elliott alive and kicking," which only created more confusion. These false death rumors weren't only on YouTube, they appeared on Twitter and Facebook as well. Some people thought it was true. Some people thought it was true. Some people doubted it. However, none of the major news organizations reported anything. That's because the news wasn't true. Sam Elliott was alive and doing well. The rumors came from untrustworthy YouTube channels like Ripples in Time and Celeb Breaking News, which have a track record of sharing false information. These same channels have also shared fake death videos about other celebrities, including Mike Tyson. Some sites, such as Sportskeeda and The Sun, reported the story, but did not provide a credible source. They even used a statement that was obviously taken from other scams. He becomes part of the long list of celebrities who have been tricked by this hoax. LCD Vivo, Isono, don't believe everything you see online. This same line had been used before, exactly as it is, in fake stories about other celebrities. The site Media Mass, which is known for sharing fake news, was also involved in creating some of the content. This wasn't even the first time it happened to Sam. In 2019, a similar rumor circulated online, saying he had died peacefully in his sleep. Despite all these false claims, Sam Elliott is still alive. In fact, not only is he alive, but he is also still working. Regresando al trabajo. Despite all the rumors, Sam Elliott is still going strong. He's back on screen in season 2 of Landman, a show on Paramount+. The show was made by Taylor Sheridan, who also created Yellowstone. In 1883, Sam had worked with Sheridan before, on 1883, where he played Shay Brennan, a cowboy with a troubled history, who helps guide settlers across the plains. In this season of Landman, Sam will be a main character. The show takes place in Texas, and focuses on the lives of people in the oil and gas industry. Billy Bob Thornton plays the main role, and stated that the character was written just for him. What is Landman about? It tells the story of landmen, workers who interact directly with landowners to get oil and gas rights. They manage rental agreements, speak with billionaires, and deal with strong companies. Thornton's character, Tommy Norris, is deeply involved in that world. The specifics of Sam Elliott's role are not known yet, but fans are happy to see him back on screen. His previous work with Sheridan, and his talent for bringing calm, depth, and intensity to every role, make him ideal for this tough series. After all the challenges, career troubles, apologies, and death rumors, Sam Elliott is still strong, still working, and still doing what he loves. What do you think about Sam Elliott's choice to always say what he believes, even if it leads to some disagreements? Please leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and remember to like, subscribe, and keep watching for more amazing stories from Hollywood's interesting past. Hasta la próxima.